This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio. Okay, New Year's resolution time. What is it this year?
It's fruit and veg 10 times a day that might affect my motions. Recycle, no, go zero waste, no plastic for the oceans. Start a business, be successful, go for those promotions. But make time for family, self-care, watch my emotions. Go to the gym a little and exercise, work on my middle and a bum some thighs. I want to travel, take more trips, but renovate my home. See all my friends, find brand new friends, be happy on my own. Live mindfully but carefree, well, but have a solid plan. Say yes more, but say no more, and stick it to the man. Woo! Learn a language, take a course to fix things when they're broken.
I like her.
Write a book, read all the books, I think my glands are swollen. Wait, every
Uh-oh,
day,
Kat, she's getting fast.
New Year's resolutions are a ridiculous notion. Good thing I forgot them then the minute that I wrote them.
Ah, you liked her.
Who was that?
Well, it wasn't Mary Poppins, but it was a parody of it. Welcome to the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Stevie K, along with my just newly found genealogical long-lost cousin I found on Facebook, which I'm very excited about. We were separated at birth. There'll be a show, I believe it's the end of the month on CNN, how we were... I believe we were infants, and you were taken off to a small island in the Caribbean and raised.
That's right.
And many years later, we were brought together to bring you the Steve Squared Show live from Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York.
How the heck did that ever happen?
Stephen Mandracina. How are you, Stephen?
Thank you, Steve.
It's great to be together again.
I mean, seriously, our names are Steve, and we were separated at birth. That's crazy.
It's an amazing story.
It's amazing.
Don Lemon will be hosting it, and it's going to be a great vehicle.
A real tearjerker.
Definitely tune in
Not
Sunday
a
night.
happy, I don't think there's a happy ending to that, though.
It doesn't end well for us. But anyway, this is our first show of the new year. Are you pumped?
Yes, I am. That was a bad pop. Sorry about that.
That's a bad soundbite right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so how was your New Year's?
It was nice. It was quiet. I was getting over bronchitis, you know.
Yeah.
It's like really, it was a 2-week fight.
That's why I stayed away from you for 2 weeks.
I know.
You should have been in a hazmat suit. What you had was something they're still trying to find. It's like where they would get all the German doctors together, and I think it started in Ireland back in the 1600s. Was the
It probably was.
yeah?
It probably was.
Now you feeling
like $1 million.
well? That doesn't go as far
Give
as
or
it
take.
used to.
Give
yeah.
or take 1,000.
Okay, pretty good.
Yeah, good.
So
You're looking healthy,
I feel good.
trim and slim.
I'm excited, and it's funny that you mentioned trim and slim because we have a guest in the studio today. Which
We do.
I'm
very
gonna
excited
tease.
about this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna divulge it yet. We'll have a few minutes, and then we'll bring him on. I'll just say this: it's the real Dr. Phil.
The real Dr. Phil.
Yeah, not that imitation one.
Right.
No. We don't bring imitation on the Steve Squared Show.
No way.
That's why you should remove that Met cap right now.
No, my head's cold, so tough.
I like the Treos hat you wear from that taco stand in California.
I know they're. I've washed those. So
They're not our
that's-
sponsor anymore.
It's being dried right now, so the New York Mets will have to be our sponsor tonight.
Okay, they
I
could.
know you'd like that.
Yeah. Hey, if they wanted to come on board, I'm all for it.
All right.
So I was thinking about New Year's resolutions, and that's what was the parody I did. A little Mary Poppins parody about New Year's resolutions. Do you have any coming into 2019?
Well, you know what? New Year's resolutions don't work usually.
Good for you.
Usually, my resolutions happen on a weekly basis. It's gonna happen next week.
Good.
Or tomorrow.
What is?
Whatever.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat less. I'm gonna work out more.
Stop it.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll see you in 2020.
Exactly. Or further.
Let me tell you mine then, since you have absolutely none and you didn't prep for the show.
I did. We talked about this. What do you mean prep? There's no reason to have these. It's a farce.
Okay.
It's a farcical.
You are. So
Thanks, pal.
a couple of them I had, which she rambled on, is since I do theater and I already had an audition this year and met a casting director I was trying to meet, Erica Palgon. Mm-hmm. Take me away. No, I'm just kidding. That's such a bad. That's such an oldie but a goodie.
I'll let you loose on that one. That's
Thank
all right.
you know,
It's
I
good.
should actually put out the. What do we got for
No,
that?
no,
so long.
no.
I'll give myself that one.
No, that deserved applause. No one has to. As long as I'm not happy with that.
All right. So, and I already I just finished the Trevor Noah book, Born a Crime.
How was that? He has an interesting life.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Really good book. So I already checked a couple of boxes, and the really tough one I was trying to get was our guest today, which we were going. Me and we had such a hard time. I've been driving him crazy. He's finally here tonight. I'm super excited, and we're going to talk with him about all of this good stuff and New Year's resolutions and all the like. But this was pretty interesting. Do you know? I looked this up. I did some research.
Mm-hmm.
Only 6% of people stick to their New Year's resolutions.
Right.
I'll play. Don't look at the sheet that I gave you, which you're not looking at anyway, because you absolutely do nothing. I give you a sheet, use it as a napkin.
That's better.
I can't wait to replace you on this show.
Find someone. They're right. You got 2 other people in the other room who have experience.
And thank you for mentioning them. I have to say shout out to Anthony on the board. And
Love Anthony.
Love Anthony. We'll give. We got to give. And we also have Sally behind the glass. She does a wonderful job for us.
Absolutely.
I don't even know. Hey, where are our applause? Oh, okay. We'll give some people applause. It's enough applause.
That's good.
So, tell me what you think the top 3 New Year's wins would be.
Lose weight for sure.
Absolutely.
Definitely lose weight.
That's a winner. Mm-hmm. Give me number 2.
Stop smoking, maybe? Or
yeah, that's number 3.
It's still up there, even though the amount of people that smoke it decreased tremendously.
What about number 3?
Third one, without looking at the paper, which I didn't look at. Lose weight, I don't know.
Save money.
Save money.
Save money or start a new hobby. They tied.
Start a new hobby.
Which I have done. I'm teaching myself the harmonica.
Oh, I thought you were going to start curling this year.
Oh, no. Yeah, I've had a problem with curling. I can't find a place that does it. I'm trying to...
We're trying to get the Syosset Curling Club going on.
They don't answer my calls back. As you all know, our listeners, I was trying to make it to the next Olympic curling team. I felt that was my last shot at making the Olympics. Mm-hmm. That's that sport with the broom, and they sweep.
The round disc.
And the round, actually it's called a stone.
A stone.
Which my goal is to pass a stone.
It's kind of bougie.
That's so hard.
It's a stone. It's not a disc.
Yeah, and it's the only sport there really is no. You could dress any way you want. A pair of slacks, maybe a pair of
jeans,
Glockenstocks. What are those shoes? Those ugly shoes you wear in the summer?
Birkenstocks.
Thank you.
And you can drink beer and eat French fries. Just like bowling.
It's incredible.
Is it a real sport if you can eat French fries and drink beer?
Hey, if they show the World Series of Poker on ESPN, cornhole is my new favorite sport for the new year. That's where they throw those beanbags in the.
That's a sport.
It's on ESPN too.
That's at the carnival.
It's on ESPN. The colleges play. It's down in the South, of course. Hey, on New Year's Eve, you know what I watched since we haven't been together since then?
What's that?
They were giving hatchet throwing. This is not even a joke. They were having those mini axe, and they were throwing them for points or whatever. Look it up on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's a real thing.
Was it exciting?
Yeah, it was exciting. Well, nobody got hurt, thank God.
That's something you should do.
I might do that with you. You want to practice later in the hallway?
No.
I want to do it blindfold.
No,
All
thank
right.
you.
Anyway.
You're very nice. Thank you.
He's a nice man.
Yeah, you're a nice man.
So, according to this, I was reading about this guy, right? Dr. James Clear. He's an author, and he wrote this book, Atomic Habits. So what he says is the problem is not in the outcome of, like, say, losing weight, but it's really the method. You got to change habits.
Right.
So what I was thinking is it's not that you always just drive me crazy. It's not you per se. Like, I have to, as much as I want to, sometimes you get me so heated that I want to give you one of those, those Batman punches in the stomach.
Me?
With the pop and it says oof.
I did not know that.
Yeah. He says I shouldn't do that, but rather you need to change your methods. You're the root cause of the problem. So I need to show more patience in the new year. Yeah.
So.
Okay. But there was and now this man, he's a psychologist and whatever, so he came out with this book, and that was his theory. Now, there was one other theory, was a girl named Lauren. She's a 15-year-old in high school. And on her YouTube channel, she said, listen, all you bitches, I'm going to show you how to straighten hair for the new year, and that's what's up.
I wish I could do that.
Now,
can't straighten I have no hair to straighten.
Well, you don't. Now, here's the problem. Dr. James Clear has 68 followers on Instagram.
Really?
Lauren has 858,000. America. Shut the door when you leave. Lock it. Put the keys on the shelf.
These are important things she's discussing. How to straighten your hair.
I'm a follower.
For the new year.
I'm all in.
By the way, her hair looks great tonight.
Do you like it? I tried a new paste.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Product.
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 Thank you.
One night we should talk about product.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a good show.
Which is our sponsor.
Product?
Yeah, just product.
Just
Sponges. We're brought to you by, hey, you didn't give our phone number for the new year. Can you give us our viewers the call-in number in case they want to call?
Why, yes. If you have any questions or comments, please call us at 516-465-3990. 465-3990.
Our operators are standing by. That would be Sally.
Operator 1.
Operator 1. I did see a movie this weekend.
Yes.
I saw Green Book.
I saw Green Book, too, over the...
Fabulous.
Really very good.
It was really good.
Very excellent.
And actually, I didn't even realize, but one of my favorite comics was in it, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Was that a surprise? I was surprised, too.
I didn't know.
And the night before, I had gone to see it when I went to California, actually. Mm-hmm. And the night before, a friend of mine got me into Rayo's in Hollywood. Now, you can't even get into Rayo's in New York.
Right.
I got into Rayo's, and I met this guy, the actor who was a host, Johnny Roast Beef from Goodfellas.
Yes.
And he said,
he's in it.
And the next day, we're watching, he said, that's Johnny Roast Beef.
That's so. I loved his part. He plays the same part in every movie.
Yeah, I mean, really.
He was in Analyze That or Analyze This.
Yeah, Gavone.
One of the,
exactly.
And then I saw the Poppins movie, the Mary Poppins.
I need to see that. How was that?
Very British.
Well, really?
Yes.
Well, you like the
No,
British
it was
and
too
their
British
ways.
for me.
And their ways.
Too much.
You like their ways.
It had Angela Lansbury. It had all the go-to Brits. Angela Lansbury.
Angela was supposed to. The rumor was that was supposed to be Julie Andrews in that part, but Julie refused to.
Yeah.
Well,
Dick Van Dyke was in it.
Dick Van Dyke was in it, and supposedly he was quite the dancer.
He was very good.
92 years old. I believe.
He's fabulous.
It's incredible.
Chris O'Dowd, Emily Blunt.
I like Chris O'Dowd.
All your usuals.
I like Chris O'Dowd though. Chris O'Dowd's not your typical Brit. First thing, he's Irish, so
whatever.
Second thing, he's funny.
They pass him off in a lot of British comedy because he does a lot of BBC stuff too. He does that great show called IT.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what they did in these two movies, which I kind of identified with, that was the British movie I saw, and then the Italian movie I saw. Mm-hmm. So I like to try to stay ethnically diverse.
That's good for you.
And just to our listeners, Steve is not related to me. That was a mistake at the beginning.
Oh, thank you for clearing
it was actually
that.
The DNA was wrong. We are not cousins.
Clearing that up.
No problem. So I see that you're sitting next to our guest in the studio.
We're very excited to have this man with us tonight.
This is fabulous
because this goes back to your history.
This
is your first bodybuilding show, Steve.
Well, I decorated the studio tonight with a couple of trophies.
Those are beautiful,
don't they? That's the way I want to look for the rest of my life.
I thought that was based on you. I thought that you were the model for it.
They chiseled it from me. It was carved especially. Now, our next guest, this guy, I got one word: inspirational.
True.
Motivating. Real passionate about the health and fitness industry.
Absolutely. A good guy.
And it actually works out perfect because we were trying to get together and get him on, and we were not. It was 10 out of 10 times it was my fault. But for the New Year's show, when we talk about fitness, and which is one of the number one kind of New Year's resolutions, he can answer all those questions for you. And he works and is the founder of Intelligent Fitness, which he'll give you all the info on that. And Steve, don't be quiet. Feel free to ask any questions too to our guest.
Thank you, Steve.
You're always in the back.
I'm not. I'm just letting you do your introduction.
So please welcome to the Steve Squared Show, the real Dr. Phil Satilli. Welcome, Phil.
Hi, guys.
The real Dr. Phil.
How are you?
Wonderful.
I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm sorry it's been months that we've been trying to get this together.
Oh, I know. That's all my fault.
And for the record, if the real Dr. Phil can do more push-ups than me, then he can have the name.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah. I somehow doubt that.
He's not doing more push-ups.
He's not doing.
No, it's true.
He's not doing anything. And it's so funny because when, Steve, when I first met Phil, I did a fitness show Now I'm looking at the date here. Is this right? 2005?
Wow.
Oh, we were young men.
Oh my
We were
God.
young. We were young men.
It was one. It kind of made me sad. I was like, is it 2019?
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
What happened?
But he put together this amazing show. It used to be more of a thing. They used to have these bodybuilding
thing-
shows
the
and
thing was he-
fitness shows.
Right.
And it just the app. So I go to this show, and the experience was amazing. And it was way more than just seeing who's more, muscular or defined or anything like that. It was really bringing people together and celebrating fitness. Mm-hmm. And we had a great fun time.
And he had a fun time. Actually, that's it.
We all enjoyed ourselves.
Honestly, most bodybuilding shows are pretty dry. They're not that exciting. Phil actually puts an entertainment value to it. It has a production value.
I did.
Which is so unique.
I did do that.
I don't know of anyone else that does something like that.
Now, when did you start doing that? When did you start promoting and starting bodybuilding shows?
I competed for the first time in 2000. 2001, I started co-promoting with somebody on Long Island at, I believe it was a Delphi. And then the next year I came in, actually I competed 2001 with him. 2002, I started to co-promote. 2003, I went on my own because I took over his show like gangbusters. I came in, I brought a lot of flair and pizzazz, and he was concerned that I came in like thunder. I was going to steal the show from him.
Right.
So I went on my own, and the rest was history. I knocked him out of Long Island. I took over Long Island until 2017
Wow.
when I retired.
Right.
Wow, until 2017?
Yeah, that was my 20th show. It was dying. It was drying up. Everybody's doing more drugs now more than anything. 'Cause
It's
why
rough
not,
now.
Why
It's
not
hard
take
to
a
find.
shortcut?
So
You're gonna do it.
now that's a thing I want to bring up and speak on, because your shows, now when people hear bodybuilding shows, they think of Mr. Universe, they think of these guys that just look like freak shows. Obviously, there's no drug testing in any of those shows. Your show was the INBF, International Natural Bodybuilding
Once
Federation,
upon a time.
and that's what it was predicated on. It was about clean, natural health and fitness. Now, how did that happen?
Well, INBF, if I was going to do it, I was going to do it drug-free.
Right.
Because, for us, the motto was not only have a good time doing it, because we wanted to make it more than just a bodybuilding show, because, like whoever came to see you, like, your buddy Steve, me, whatever, we're fans of you. We're your fans. So we wanted to make it enjoyable like that to the common everyday person, and then underscore the idea of what it takes to get on stage. Hard work, effort, dedication, concentration, focus, suffering, sacrifice, all those things. You can circumvent all that stuff with drugs.
Right.
So I did that for years with IMBF until I went my own way, because it was starting to dry up because of the way the drug culture really, really emerged on Long Island. And now the drug culture has dominated Long Island completely.
Yeah.
So I'm out, baby. I'm out of the game.
So
I'm out of the game.
your focus now is on the gym you founded, Intelligent Fitness. Speak on now. When did you start? Was that around 2000?
I started my first company in '98. I opened my first gym in 2000. I took that company public, maybe a year and a half later, and I didn't look back since then. I did radio for a year or so with WLUX, which is no longer in
Right.
existence. That's not my fault, by the way. I did not.
Did you put a radio station
I
out?
did not put them out of
Okay.
business.
No, they were a mess.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, I
record,
know.
I did not put them out.
Okay, good.
Maybe I left, and that was the problem, but I can't speak to that.
You were probably the best thing on the station.
It probably was.
Just taking a guess. I think.
I left the gym. I started Intelligent Fitness in 2002. 2008, I turned it into Long Island's first fitness boutique. And then 2010, we started getting recognized as one of the best gyms on Long Island.
Yeah.
We've been voted.
You
the
were
best-
voted, yeah.
Yeah, we were voted best gym in Long Island twice. I was voted the Long Island's best trainer for the third year now.
And your wife?
And my wife, yeah.
Yes, Stacy?
Yeah, Stacy, my wife. That's right, my charming bride.
Yeah. Now you guys worked. Are you co-owners? Do you do it together?
I hired her, and she was so good that I had to keep her. So I had to marry her to keep her.
Wow.
Yeah, but I also cornered like the
Steve does
Jewish
that, too.
blonde jokes. I got those too. So I got a good business partner, and I got the Jewish and blonde jokes. All
There you
in
go.
one,
Exactly.
one shot.
That's what I got in Steve. That's how I keep
Jewish-
The Jewish jokes?
Yeah, I use. Well, I don't have
Shabbat
many.
shalom. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean our show is. That's what I said about our show. It's so packed. It's like one of those giant Ben's kosher corned beef sandwiches. It's just got so much meat in it, it's falling all over the place.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well, this year
anyway.
I also got the Life Coach Award, if I may.
Wow.
Self
Sure, bring it on.
Go
This is
ahead.
your time, man.
It was a three-peat.
Wow.
So I can't complain. Life is good. I volunteer, raise money for charities. I walk old ladies across the street, rescue kittens from trees.
That's what you're supposed
and
to
I
do.
love beating baby seals in the head with a bat. I love that.
Yeah.
Now that
It's
is
always
interesting because I just saw the movie Campaign when he punched that baby in the face.
I don't know. It's a passion. I just love,
You seem like that type of guy.
just love smacking their little heads.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
they
you need
just-
some kind of outlet after dealing with
Right.
clients all day. I understand this
you're
because I'm a
talking-
personal trainer.
You're talking resolutions. I didn't realize
Yes.
it was 6% of people. I didn't realize it was that high.
Ah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
didn't realize it was that high because typically, people come in and,
Sure.
and they're like, no, I want to lose weight. And I usually have a stock answer to that is losing weight, that's going to be a problem. Gaining weight,
No problem.
finding weight
No
for
problem.
you. Finding you got that locked up. Finding
Yeah,
weight.
that's usually-
That's good.
that's easy.
That's your strong suit.
You know
right?
what I always
Are you
know-
listening to this?
I am listening to this. But you know what's always so funny? I love like the typical answers you hear in gyms from some people. Like some women will say, I just want to spot reduce. Just spot reduce my
Yes.
stomach. I don't want the weights. I don't want to get big. I don't want to get
Right.
huge. I just want to spot reduce.
Now, are you?
How do you
finding-
answer that?
Are you finding your gym is now your gym? People can join. They can enroll.
It's all-
Personal training. It's,
all I do is I have a process where I can't listen to that. Like spot, I don't hear
Yeah,
that when
no.
people come in the gym because I'm not listening to that.
because they don't know.
Right.
No, I'm trying to convince them why they should not join when they come in the door. It's a unique sales process. You shouldn't join. So it's kind of confusing to them
Right.
because they say, "What kind of
Why aren't you?
sales
Yeah.
process is this?"
Why aren't you begging me?
Yeah, because I'm like, it's going to be hard, difficult, challenging, annoying. In the end, you're probably not going to succeed anyway. When would you like to start?
Yeah.
That's my
Exactly.
my sales
Challenge
process.
them.
Yes, because I have no time to listen to that kind of
Right.
stuff
Right.
because I am usually listening to all day long. He's a jerk. That guy, he won't buy me my $5 million apartment in Manhattan. Trust me when I tell you, he has the money to do this.
God.
And
Well, your location is where?
in East Northport.
Well, there you go.
Right.
In East Northport.
Nice.
I love her, and she's still the greatest client ever. I contend I want to know what his side of the
It's
story
rough.
is.
Well, yes. And if you're out there, whatever your name is, please feel free to call in at 465-3990 and ask Phil.
But that's the
Why
thing
aren't you
with-
buying that multi-million-dollar apartment?
That's the thing with a trainer. You're a part-time therapist, whether you like it or not.
Oh, I've saved a lot of marriages as a trainer.
Yes, you have.
And broken up a few.
I have. Well, the question is, were you the reason?
Well,
You know.
we'll leave that for another show. That's a dark show.
Yeah, I've broken up a couple, not because of me though. I mean, I just said this sounds like a bad idea. You shouldn't do this.
Right.
But I didn't get in the middle of the whole situation.
Now, as a trainer, we're both trainers. Where's that line where you try to keep people because they do want to really, and you do form a relationship, a very personal relationship when you're with a client for months and years.
Did I mention my wife works in the gym with me?
Well, there you
All
go.
right, I'm just saying.
But not even,
Just
but
saying.
not even that as much as even if you're trying to keep them working out, where do you start? Like, get their focus back on, away from talking politics or relationships or anything, and just say, hey, let's boom. Let's,
Well, I mean, out of the box, what most of them know. I mean, I'm in the business 22 years.
Right.
So in 22 years, I had 4 people lose weight. 4 of them. You know, some due to disease, death, heart attack. But
wow.
4 people have lost weight in 22 years.
Sorry, we dipped outside for a second.
That was a downer.
So I can't guarantee anything
Right.
good is going to happen, but it's not up to me whether or not something good happens. You know, I'm there, I'll be there, I'm punctual when you're ready to show up there. But when you walk in the door, you know, your success is yours and so is your failure. So, you know, I don't take ownership of anything good or bad that happens.
Right.
Because you can't control people's behaviors, as you said.
True.
You know, so people are the master of whether or not they want to succeed or fail, and they know whether or not they're going to succeed or fail the
Right.
second they walk in the door. And most of them are not going to.
And there's a lot of people who walk in, you know, and they say, "Oh, I got a trainer," so they don't do anything. They just expect you to do all the work and say,
Right.
"Do this and do this," and
Like,
you
what
know,
am I doing in the hour
Right.
or 2 I see them in a week?
Well, that's what it is. It's the 143 other hours of what are you eating, what are
Right.
you doing, how are you living, are you doing all the other things. Do you get involved in nutrition at all?
Oh, I matter of fact, As a matter of fact, I published my second book
Nice.
on nutrition last year, the 2-1 Diet. So I have a proprietary process that I teach people nutrition through this particular manual that I designed. So yeah, I'm pretty heavy in diet because I have an approach that teaches people reality, not nonsense.
So what would you say to somebody 5 minutes before they go on the air that gets a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich next door at a place that is a drive-thru?
Well,
What would you say to somebody that's to your left, or is it to my right? What would you say to that
We're
individual?
close enough to Nassau County Medical Center. We can get you over there fast enough.
I was a little hungry.
If there's
little
any pain
hungry.
in your arm radiating or in your chest.
I was a little hungry. It's one sandwich. I don't eat bacon that many times a week.
But you picked the perfect night to do it.
Yes, I did. You're
On
absolutely
our
right.
fitness night.
It probably
That's good.
Probably
Those
everything you do.
resolutions are already done.
They're already done.
They're already done. We're
Everything,
only 13 days into the new year. You've already given them up.
Why even? Yeah.
I
that's-
can't believe it lasted that long.
Well, what I do in my gym and my clients, and this is my general rule, is I say if you can make it to Valentine's Day, I feel that's the point. I feel a lot of people, that's the trigger point where they're just done.
That's incredible.
So if you can make it there, that then you might have a shot. So I try to challenge people. Let's see if you can get it to make it to Valentine's Day.
Well, I mean, you're in the business, so you know what this is about.
It's rough.
We are not. I'm not saying we, but I'm taking ownership for the whole industry in and of itself. We are not doing a good job. I mean, look at people. Just go outside the door.
No, it's true.
You can see that nobody is really concerned about eating properly.
Oh, I saw it on the Long Island Railroad the other night.
Oh,
That's actually one
you
of
see
my.
that every night.
That'll be my in the this is unacceptable moment. I'll talk
my
about that.
God.
Yeah, I was really upset about that. But now you know what? There's one gym, which is, I mean, their business model is good. I don't know, as far as anything else, but killing it right now, Planet Fitness.
They are killing it.
Now, why? This is. Let me ask you, because now you're more of a boutique. You're more of a specialty.
Now I am.
Right.
Now I am.
I'm in a gym. I won't say who. But I'm not giving them free promotion
know.
because I have a dog in the fight, but I really don't want to. But
they're not going to pay us, so there.
Exactly. Good for them.
Good for them, exactly.
So the problem is that I find is, and we're in January, which is supposed to be our best time of the year, and it's still crickets in the gym. Thank you.
I think
because they're doing not the things to try to promote the gym in itself or advertise in a positive way to get people in. I feel like they're wasting their money on silly things or things that are not actually helping the gym do better.
Well, Planet Fitness is excellent. Planet Fitness is as you know, the no judgment zone.
Right.
And the second you wear a tank top, they start judging you.
And
Exactly.
grunting.
it's-
and grunting.
It's the most
That's
ridiculous.
it.
You would love them. See, they have pizza
Ridiculous.
pizza on Friday nights.
Can you believe that?
It's complete hypocrisy. You can't walk around in that gym, from what I understand, with a gallon milk jug.
Oh, they don't like that.
They
huh?
don't like that. Because they judge you, but they're not judging.
But
you.
they're not
It's
judging
such
you.
a
It's
so
confusing
silly.
business
It
model.
It is confusing.
If you can't convince them to lose weight, confuse them.
That's what you
That's
know.
the business model.
Well, that's why I mean on the Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, everybody in Times Square had the Planet Hats. I mean, they're
Hats,
killing
right.
it as far as financially, if not for anything else.
Yeah.
I guess their model is, as far as an inexpensive, like you said, no judgment type of thing. I mean, how do you promote and do you promote? How do you do for your business, for your gym? Are you always looking for new people?
As far as clientele is concerned,
Clients and members.
yeah, I mean, I'm a historian to the business because I've been in and around the gym business since I was 12. So I've got 33 years exposure in and of the industry. So, I mean, the business now, the gym business now is very boutique-y.
Yeah.
And everybody is a specialist. So you have a bar specialist. You have a Pilates specialist. You have a kickboxing gym. You have these $10 a month, throwaway clubs that you donate to. That you donate. You donate to that club.
Right, it's a charity.
So, in all these places you have to look for a very specific person. So I have a proprietary process to look to a very specific person that's looking to succeed, which is very difficult because, as I said, because I'm a pessimist, nobody wants to succeed.
Sure, any trainer would be.
They don't want to succeed.
Right.
So it's hard to find somebody that actually wants to succeed. So you have the donors that go to Planet Fitness,
Right.
et al. And then you have the people that go to the specialist centers. And then you have the people that come to me that may want to succeed or they may aspire to succeed.
Right.
But It's still hard no matter what you have. You're splitting hairs there.
Right.
There's 13 gyms that moved in around my
wow.
facility in East Northport. So there are all those celestial bodies that are orbiting Intelligent Fitness, the sun, in that in that galaxy.
That happened to us. I mean, just on our block alone, there's blinks and crunches and retros. You can't go 10 feet
How are they making money?
It's really, but again, the higher ups don't want to, when they get their end of the month, just you're either gone or you're moved. It's that same type of stress that I always enjoy coming to the end of the month. Steve,
I hated,
I need more. You got to get 3 more clients.
used to hate
I'm like,
you.
where do you want me to find them from?
used to be bad at the end of the month.
Oh well, yeah, that wasn't your
And the
bad.
thing was, Steve was so good. Steve was an excellent trainer, and he was a decent.
we
he
trained
was a
together.
decent salesperson also, and everyone gets so nervous because Steve would take his time, even as the clock was ticking towards midnight, and everyone was getting nervous. And Steve, smooth as silk.
Well, like Phil, I mean, it's not. I'm not begging someone to do
Right.
this. I'll lay it out. This is what we do. It's up to you. I'm not going to beg people to do this. This has to be. This is far more than something that you have to.
you can't turn them upside down and shake them out.
Now,
That's not right.
I would love Phil to see my dad's gym. My dad. In
Oh
his
my
house.
God, it is unbelievable.
That's
Did they have
where
a light bulb with just a string hanging?
Oh my
I
God.
That's the best gym I've ever trained in.
I want to
That's
join
quite
his father's
frankly.
gym. It's
my,
beautiful.
My dad has in his garage, and over the years every occasion I give him like benches and weights, and we've built it up to this enormous thing. My mom should be the receptionist. I'm going to have her lock in the members. We're going to do a finger swipe. People can come in through the bathroom in the kitchen, and she'll make them a sandwich,
A shake maybe.
maybe a nice protein shake. Well, he's a nice man.
Yes.
Yes. So it's great, but that's where I got my start was with and my dad was, and he does it. He's 2 times a day now. He's retired, and he does his morning workout.
Wow.
And then he does it at about 5:30. Goes down. He does his like nighttime little more cardio type thing, and he's just committed. But that's a lifestyle, and and he's committed, and that's what he instilled. So that's why we do our thing. But I actually here, let me see. I got something for Phil. What do I have? Hey, what are there any new kind of trends going on in the fitness industry? Any kind of new equipment or diets or anything we should keep our listeners abreast of?
I mean, anything new. I mean, we're still going through like the high incident of injury training. That's still going on.
Yes.
So we're still working through that. Like, it's circuit training.
Right.
All right. Calm down, people. Nobody reinvented fitness. There's nothing revolutionary. It's circuit training. Okay.
Right.
So I don't think there's always something new that's coming out, but it's all fad fitness.
They just put a new name on it.
It's all nonsense. Go to the gym and lift something heavy a few times, okay? Right. Watch the magic happen.
I think they like to. I think because people find it boring or they can't have that stick-to-itiveness. That's my word of 2019.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Spell that. Take your time.
I'm a little confused.
But I see the trainers at my gym, and it drives me crazy. They have these people doing these crazy with battle ropes and pushing sleds like NFL players would do. Not this 63-year-old woman that should just kind of walk 3 times a week. And he's got her doing farmer's walks. I'm like, what are you doing? It's all eyewash.
Well, it's great to hear you say that because I feel like I am the negative Nelly complaining about all this because why would you have some 50, 60-year-old woman push a sled?
Right.
Unless, of course, you're trying to gear her up for the snow season so that you don't have to go outside and push the snow plow through your driveway.
Right, thank you.
I would pay for that training for my wife.
Yes.
If that was the case. But I just don't see the application to that. I love it. I love all those centers that let people do that stuff because they injure them. I get the people after. I rehab them, and then I put them into my place.
I love when they come in and they're like, I think my lower spine is, I feel it, protruding from my lower back. I'm like, well, what did your trainer do? Well, he tied a battle rope to my neck and he pulled me around the gym and I was supposed to go the opposite way. I'm like, why would you do that?
I know that we're in the no judgment zone right here now.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you have a position on a battle rope at all?
As far as like or not like?
You don't go to the gym
No.
and use a battle rope.
I do not.
Where in life, besides wanting to practice, like if you're a serial killer, to choke somebody, do you use that as a functional application somewhere in your life? I don't understand, and I don't want to be a hater.
No.
I don't want to be a hater. I'm
No,
just
but
saying.
it's I call these things, as Steve knows, eyewash. It's things to sell. because people don't have it. I go on YouTube every night and watch those videos.
That is my next book on dieting, because you watch that, you have no appetite after that.
Oh, I like that. That's very good. Good. Very good. You heard it here first. Phil's book will be coming out.
You should be giving out battle ropes for a prize or something. That'd be great.
So I made a little list here to give a little game time.
All right.
So I'm gonna test Phil here. You're gonna say yay or nay. You can expound.
Nobody told me this was going to be a
Surprise.
short answer.
There's no prep here.
No prep.
And there's no. You can say yay or nay or
All right, I'm good.
gimmick or fraud.
Good.
You pick.
Excellent.
Let's start with the first one. Gluten.
Gluten. Applicable to most people, but probably more a situation in one's head.
Okay, that's what I thought. Keto.
Keto, good for people that buy into groupthink and like to get hurt with other people in box gyms.
I love Phil. I knew this was going to be good.
like
He
this.
thinks like me.
I like this.
Anger.
I
Anger
agree.
in every
What,
answer.
Is it my pessimism? Because, I
No.
don't want to be this way, but I feel
You
good.
have to.
I feel good in my own skin.
Good. This was good.
I do like beating baby seals. I said
There it is.
It's fun.
That's our next
Hey.
one. KFC.
KFC, good at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning after a long night of binge drinking.
I put this in for you.
I don't have. Look, I only have that once in a while, also. So don't make.
Remember I
Don't
did the
judge
story
me.
on Colonel Sanders. That was a really inspirational story.
Yes,
It was a great story.
That was a
though.
great story.
I mean, all joking
Besides
aside,
the fact
it was
that
an
this
amazing
stuff's
story.
bad for you, but yes,
Yes.
it is a true
Great
American
story. Zumba.
Zumba, the single greatest thing that ever occurred in the world of orthopedics.
That's fantastic.
I know a Zumba dancer at work. I'll have to
Now,
tell her
The
that
Zumba
one.
world hated me years ago.
Oh, wow.
There was an APB out on me because I was telling people how bad Zumba was, and I had Zumba in our boutique at this point, and the girls were coming in saying they were being like physically threatened by like gay Spanish men in like in like like knee warmers because I was ruining the reputation of Zumba.
Beto Cortez. I listened to his podcast.
That's
The
right.
podcast was good. I mean, how his story was. But yeah,
Another great story.
Another great
Like
story.
Colonel Sanders.
yeah, stuff you should know about. Great podcast.
Right.
These are good, Steve. By
I
the way,
got a few more for you.
Ah.
Foam rolling.
foam rolling, actually, quite frankly, the best way to introduce the release of soft tissue adhesion and masochism in the same moment. Yeah.
That's when I'm on Tinder
Yep.
and I have a first meeting. That's what I go to. I
Yeah.
say I'm an expert in foam rolling.
And that's a definite.
I get hits every day.
That's a winner right there.
The
Nobody
foam
does
rolling is that's a winner.
I do
That's
like
a
foam.
winner.
All right, we'll go-
I'm,
foam rolling
I'm
is
good with
great.
You'll
that.
give a thumbs up.
I'm good with the foam roll.
Yeah. I am.
Lenny and Larry cookies. Yay or nay? Which is
my
good
God.
for Lenny. Now, this is not Lenny that we know.
Okay,
This
because
is
I
not-
got concerned. I said, "Is he in? He's the new famous Amos."
That would be, imagine if Lenny Doler, this was his
He
cookies.
could be the new famous
Bro!
Amos.
It's like, Steve, you gotta try my cookie. It's amazing. It's got oatmeal and it's raisins. It's crazy. All right, that was that might have been that's my grocery list. Actually, I'm sorry, that's not one for you. Workouts on Instagram by 17-year-old models that have 500,000 followers.
This may not apply to here, but why not? I need to maybe get it off my chest because there's not another therapist in Long Island wants to talk to me.
Do it.
Okay. So after Christmas, my 18-year-old white Jewish stepchild who wants to be a rapper. Evidently, there's a big
There's a lot of
demand.
those.
There's a big demand for this,
Do
which
it.
is fine. I'm all for him.
Oh.
I fight the power.
Do it.
I'm into that. That's fine. So he comes home with this gal, Foxy Cleopatra, and Foxy.
Like that.
I come out of my bathroom and she's sitting at my dinner table, and she's like half black, she's half Spanish, beautiful. She's 18 years old. So of course, all of my people around the table is like Jews, there's Italians. You know, it's like there's Trump haters, there's Clinton lovers. It's like it's invariably
It's a UN.
Yeah, it's quite. You have to any moment an explosion could take place right here on the border. So these people just start talking to her about what do you do? And she's like, well, like I'm an Instagram model. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So eventually,
America.
yeah, she's an Instagram model. I
an
don't know what that is.
influencer.
I'm like, so like, what do you want to do with your life? She said, well, like I want to be a pediatrician.
Oh.
And an Instagram model.
Sure.
So I didn't realize like the guy who works for me, he went to this gal's Instagram site, and evidently I understand she has 150,000 followers because she must be a prostitute. Because you just
Wow.
look at these pictures. Now, she was upstairs in my child's bedroom doing Christ knows what, and comes down.
Oh my
I don't know.
God.
I don't understand because I know that he's definitely a virgin. But I think to him, like they fell in love because there might have been some heavy petting. There might have been some caressing. I have
my
no
God.
idea. I didn't get the skinny on it. But I am saying that once it came to the point of the transaction, it was like,
Wow.
no, like, buddy, I need money. Like, and then that was the end of it. And the guy was defriended and blocked. In record time.
Wow.
You know what that is?
What do you call that?
Wrong.
Thank you.
That's what that is. I
Brilliant.
didn't know we had another special guest in the audience.
And listen, I don't want to be hating on the guy because he's 18 and
Right.
he's getting out there. He's starting to figure out that the sum total of most men's problem in this world starts with a woman. So I'm glad he's getting this exercise in the world, and he'll finally settle down and find some woman that he can deal with the slow agony
Slow.
Slow
associated with marriage.
Well, what he should have said to her, we always know.
No dough, no show.
Wow.
That's really how you address somebody.
I love that soundboard.
That's a great one. Thank you. That's actually my own soundboard.
I know,
You're my
right?
sounding board. Do I have any others? Let me see if I have another one.
You must have it. There's a
I got
few
one
of
more.
them.
CrossFit.
Yes.
Again, God's gift to orthopedics.
There you go.
And there's a CrossFit next door to us in East Northport, and these folks and we, for some reason, probably because of me, attract a lot of egomaniacal clients to our facility, and these cats are running by with kettlebells over their heads
my God.
and dumbbells and medicine balls, like on Jericho Turnpike, where there's friggin' cars and buses driving by, carbon monoxide,
my
people
God.
driving in there. Like, how do you even let these people run with a kettlebell over their head? How are you telling these people this is going to do something that's functional and is going to apply to you in your everyday life? Unless, of course, you're running from the police.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
from the police.
the police. That
Dash
is police.
L-E-E-C-E.
Yes, we know them well,
Or
especially
you're-
the Long Island
Or,
police.
or your woman.
Well, you do. You've been pulled over twice or three times.
A few times. That's my fault.
Well, I usually like to lunge along the LIE, as long as it's in the HOV lane.
That's something I could
That's
see.
where I usually like to do walking
That's
lunges.
right. Especially, when
So if someone's on your back, you can go in the HOV lane because it's two people. Thank you. That was a pretty good array of. Well, I'm going to let Phil sit in on our next segment because I think he's be perfect for this.
Sure.
You know what our next segment is?
What is that?
We do this little segment, Phil. I'll play the soundbite for it. Let me get this set up here.
This is unacceptable!
That's right. It's the first edition of This Is Unacceptable.
America's favorite show.
I can't
Steve
wait.
Squared.
I can't wait.
So what we do, Phil, and you could definitely jump in on one.
Play at home.
You can play at home. Get your dice and your soundboard. Is we each pick something over the past week that is really unacceptable that really bothers us. It's a gripe. I used to call it gripe, but I found unacceptable to be better. So mine is I actually had two. One was vaping. I hate people that vape.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
It's very bothersome to me, the whole vape thing. And the other one is I hope you don't vape, Phil.
I do not vape.
Good.
I don't care if you burn.
Good. That's it. Which vape was probably founded by vampires because it's one and the same. And the other problem I have is food. Now, where do I have this here? Yeah, food on a train. When you're going home and it's late at night,
Right.
the last thing I want to smell next to me is a guy that has a big platter of General Tso's chicken. There's certain food that's acceptable on a train, certain food not.
Pick your food.
You want to have a bag of nuts? That's fine.
Why not?
Go nuts. A protein bar? That's okay. You don't need a chicken parm hero on a 20-minute train ride. do
Nothing
you?
with a pungent odor
No,
that you have to go under a tunnel under and
that's a problem for me.
all the
So
way to Jamaica and you're sick about it.
those were my two unacceptable moments: is the food on a train and vaping. Steve, I don't know if you've had any. You never prep for the show, so go ahead.
You kidding me? I've got a lot. Let me tell you.
Don't break the mic.
In my old age, I'm starting to drive like an old man now, and I don't mean that exactly. I live on a fairly busy street.
You do.
30 miles an hour is the limit. But unfortunately, my street goes parallel to a certain highway on the South Shore.
Without disclosing where.
I'll take a guess.
What? Why can't you disclose that?
Why not? Sunrise Highway.
Yeah, give it out.
So anyway,
They're not a sponsor of the show.
maybe we should get Sunrise Highway.
Who do I call? Johnny Sunrise.
Exactly.
He'll be on the phone in the morning.
So these people think they could get so fast to the mall if they just take this way, and they go 50 miles an hour. You know what? I get really annoyed at that point. I said, you know what? I'm going in the speed limit. This is my town, and this is my block, and you're not going to get me. And they get so PO'd at me until I turn into the garage.
Because
to
you
the
go
garage
nice
driveway.
and slow.
Yeah,
And, yes.
that's right. And you're going to slow down, too, because that's what we do here.
That road is rough because I picked you up tonight.
I know.
And I never know where your house is.
You-
I know Steve for 15 years or more. I'm sorry,
You
more.
own-
And I still don't know which is his house. I stop at the wrong house every time.
The only reason Steve knows it's my house is during Christmas time because we have a reindeer in the front of the house, and as
they have a live reindeer.
A live reindeer, but
it's actually a small dog.
But the fake reindeer has become pretty much a gimp. It just doesn't stay up anymore. So we just said this year, screw it, we're keeping him in the garage. I'm gonna throw him out this spring. Who knows?
Yeah.
But Steve was lost. Bring back the reindeer.
Yeah, I never know. I can't find your house anymore. It looks like all of us.
I get a call. Hi, I'm here, but I don't see you. Well, I'm standing outside. What? Oh, I see you. Is that you with the light? Yeah, come back up 2 blocks up. I see you.
Drive yourself next time.
Thank you.
Any unacceptable moments for you, Phil, for the new year?
Things that are unacceptable.
Do you have an unacceptable, something that just really gets your goat?
Dogs and cats living together in sin.
Thank you.
Really, that grinds my
disaster.
gears.
They have to do something about that.
It's the end of the world.
That and people ordering fast food and ordering Diet Coke because they're on a weight loss.
Thank
That's
you.
it. You're ordering.
Yes.
You're ordering a 1,200 calorie meal, and then you want the Diet Coke.
Right.
I'll take the Whopper and the Diet Pepsi. That's not
There
gonna
was
work.
a long time ago. There was an old radio commercial with 2 women ordering their food. It was like all this food, and then they ordered the Diet Pepsi. It was a commercial for Diet Pepsi, but it was a great commercial because it's true.
That is true.
I could also add people that wear thongs or flip flops and don't get a pedicure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that is
you don't know your feet are ugly?
Yes.
How do you not know your feet are not ugly?
That's just.
that won't be me, my friend.
That's also going to be in my new weight loss book, just so that you know.
Get a pedicure.
Just wanted wrong.
He's upset too. I mean, he understands where we're coming from.
Gosh darn it!
Hey, do you know what's going on around Long Island?
I'm afraid I'm about to find out.
Don't be afraid.
Okay.
We like to tell people what's going on around Long Island.
Oh, good.
We like to keep them in the know, give them some info. So, actually, this is really good at the Massapequa Public Library, which they're now keeping in Massapequa.
Oh, that's good. I was afraid they were going to move to L.A.
I hate you. It's a tribute. Is Neil Diamond? No, he's not.
Neil Diamond's could be at the Massapequa
He's
Public
actually
Library.
they couldn't get Neil Diamond. But it's a tribute to Neil Diamond performed by Simply Diamond, and this is Simply Diamond.
Simply Diamond.
So that'll be on Sunday, January 27th, 2019 at 1 p.m.
Wow.
You want to get it early
that's
so we
the,
get the
That's
seniors
right.
That's
in
the
there.
matinee.
They gotta get it.
That is the
early
matinee
bird.
and the late
matinee.
show. That is
Right. They
that's
gotta-
actually the late show.
Well, so you could start with a little matinee lunch at Chris's and then drive across the street and get yourself.
LA's fine, but it ain't home. Me no more. I am, I said.
You know, Neil Diamond lived in Massapequa. Speaking of that,
You're always good with that trivia.
I did, and I didn't think that until one day when I gave my parents a Neil Diamond box set, and I'm looking through the book, and he writes all these notes and says, "I wrote Solitary Man at my home in Massapequa, New York." I said, "What?
Wow.
That's historical."
That's what? Is it historical or
It's
hysterical?
historical.
Oh, it's both.
This could be both.
Do you want to? We can edit that
I
later.
don't think it's that
Anthony?
funny. If I'm gonna say
Anthony, that was at 7:18. We need to change Steve's word from historical to hysterical.
if I said that was hysterical, then you would have had to play the crickets, sir.
Oh, that's true.
Go ahead.
Anyway, I love when he gets to that point. He goes, "Did you ever dream about a frog that was a prince and then became one? With a couple of names and a couple of faces, but it's the same one. I was born in New York. Well, wherever he was. You know the rest.
Well, it's fine,
But it ain't home no more. I am, I said. I like Neil Diamond. He's a nice man.
I'm sure he is.
He's a nice. He's a nice.
Sure he is.
Moving on. Still at the Massapequa Public Library. This is every Friday at 10:30 a.m. Line dancing,
Achy breaky hard?
which I had. Now I
That was
had.
kind of big 25 years ago.
I had to look into this because
Phil,
I
what do you
didn't-
think about line dancing? Is there any...
There's nothing I like better to do on a Friday morning than line dance.
I thought so.
There you go.
I had to check into this because I was confused. I had never heard of this. I thought it was some kind of drug thing. I thought it was a.
Oh, line dance.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought it was involving. Yeah.
That's bad. Sorry. Go ahead.
And it says class size is limited. Now, are they talking about weight?
No,
or
they don't.
people?
They don't want high quality people there. Yeah.
Okay.
Or a lot of people.
Yeah.
And now, pass this around among yourselves. I love the two people. They went all out for this. Show this to Phil.
Wow. Look at them. Partners.
It looks like Sam Elliott and John Wayne in drag. That's really that's poor.
Cowboys get lonely. Get lonely out
It
there.
looks like this,
just-
looking for a certain kind of woman.
Just,
Right?
I reckon.
Oh, Steve, you're going to like this.
What's next?
I picked this one especially for you. Sunday, January 27th, there's a boys and girls ages 8 to 14 free throw shooting contest. And this will be Sunday, January 27th at Ames High School in the gymnasium, not in the bio department where they had it last year.
Is it all right to do it like Rick Barry style? You know, underhand.
Now, this is ages 8 to 14 at Sunday at 2 o'clock. The drug testing will start at 1. So, for any of you overgrown testosterone midgets that are trying to jump in on this, stop it. You can't.
Yeah, I'm 12.
Are the pedophiles allowed to come early? Or?
This is just, yeah. You know, that's wrong. I don't even have the Trump wrong. In case of Blizzard, it says don't come.
What time?
I'm not
will
even
Chris,
lying.
What time will Chris Hansen be there?
Ah,
Why don't you have a seat?
yes. Very good. Phil redeems himself. Oh, now this is something I'll show Phil, and I'll get your opinion on. This is also at the Massapequa Public Library. Strength training with Marilyn Bunger. Strength training with Marilyn Bunger. Mondays and Thursdays, 9:45 a.m. Her program is called Simply Stronger
Simply stronger.
Stronger.
with Marilyn Bunger.
Yes.
Have you heard of her?
I've not heard of her. The first time I've heard of her is at this moment.
And you call
But
yourself
I mean, I know.
a member of the fitness
I really-
industry. You really.
Well, I mean, maybe she's
Keep up on these things.
She's on her way up.
She's
She
up.
transferred from line dancing to
She's
strength training.
she's actually line dancing and doing strength training all in one. She's up to 6.5 Instagram followers.
6.5.
Yeah, she's got her family and I guess somebody on the way.
Well, I'm sure she'll be doing that until about November 13th when Marilyn Bunger will be asked to remove herself from that place of
Now,
residence.
what do you think
I'm
about these
sorry
library
about that.
programs
Yeah,
that
really.
are free or I don't even is that free? I don't even know.
I
I think
know.
they're charging.
I know when I think of optimal fitness, I
Okay.
think of the Massapequa Library.
The fee is $30 for Monday sessions,
Oh my God.
$40 for Thursday sessions. Wow.
Bunger's pocketing it. I'm calling out Bunger.
That's like
She's a fraud.
that's like Burger
my
King money
God.
there.
She's a fraud. You know, I would walk in. It's just.
She might be a lush because as she starts getting into the weekend, she needs more money for drinking it.
Well,
looks
that's
like.
that's actually true. You know, and she starts off her show. We have a little clip of her show.
Is that her singing? Oh my God! What
She
a
sounds
what a beautiful
little
voice.
deep voice, doesn't she? Though.
It's fantastic.
So that if you want to hear Marilyn Bunger sing "I'm Too Sexy," that is Mondays and Thursdays, 9:45 at the Massapequa Public Library. Bring $40, Steve, and a check made out to Marilyn Bunger, and you too can realize your New Year's resolution.
let your dreams come true.
She's left it very ambiguous here with comfortable clothing because I feel most comfortable in spandex with tissues down the front. That's my idea of comfy.
I love comfortable.
That is
clothing.
my idea of comfy, and no sneakers.
Wrong.
I like coming in my furry bunny shorts.
You should-
want my
why don't we
bunny
do that?
slippers.
Why don't the three of
That's
us?
my Marilyn, that's my idea of comfortable.
Sally,
Okay.
we're going to have Sally and Anthony join us. The 5 of us will go down to the Massapequa Public Library.
Nothing on this orange form says I can't wear my
Steve.
bunny slippers and
Yes.
spandex.
And you'll wear your Birkenstocks.
And I am comfortable. I've pre-registered and
my
everything.
Birkenstocks.
And I'm gonna do. I'm a big robe person now. I'm trying to get more into robes, velour robes. So I'm gonna wear robes and a pipe. So I'm gonna come in like a Hugh Hefner type.
Put your glasses on too.
My glasses. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Marilyn. I've worn my comfy clothes.
I'm here for strength training with you.
I want to strength train at the Massapequa Public. Is this the Massapequa Public Library? Which is another place that they eat apparently General Tso's chicken.
Oh,
Because I had a
is that
complaint.
true?
Yes, in the quiet room. This guy had this big platter of. Is he a general or is he? He is a general.
General.
It's
General
General
Tso.
Tso's.
General Chow.
Oh, I said
Tso.
it wrong. I said so.
Is
Is
it
it so?
STSO? Isn't General Tso?
General Tso.
Tso?
Tso. Yeah, he's not a colonel. He's not like Colonel Sanders.
He is not, no.
No, he's actually higher
He's-
up in the rank.
That's right. He only make when you get past chicken, when you start, actually deep frying chicken with a special sweet design, then you get to.
Now, in our, we'll get off the library. We've really hit the Massapequa Library hard. I'm
I'm talking
sorry.
about food for a minute.
I'm
I
sorry.
gotta tell
We
you
only have a
something.
minute, so
Can-
hurry up.
Can I just tell you something that happened? The other night.
Must you?
I
Okay,
will.
I'm sorry.
I went with friends next door to over here in Levittown New. To,
Oh, that hibachi place.
Hibachi.
Yeah.
Whatever. I won't say the name of it. But we went through the back. We had it. It was
secretive.
great. We had a good time. We go through the back door, and all of a sudden we're hearing barking sounds.
Oh, no.
And I'm saying, please don't tell me that. And we're trying to find out, is someone making that sound, or is it just like, oh my God, it can't be true.
Yeah, that's
It's-
a little.
it's
Yeah,
it was a little
that's-
scary.
That's a little sketchy right there.
It was.
But I know you said you enjoyed that
I
place.
had steak. It was good.
What did you have?
Steak.
You got to warm up again before the show.
Sibilance.
Yeah, sibilance. I feel like your
Sibilance.
tongue is all over the place.
You do realize that in
Thank
that
you.
one line, both PETA and CLU is going to be contacting this
That's
show.
true. You know.
Yes, if
You know,
they might be our only listeners,
You have
actually.
now
You know, Phil-
lambasted Asians and dogs.
Phil, you led
in
the
the
way
same
tonight.
breath.
Well,
Well,
we appreciate
we followed
you.
your lead.
We
You
need-
felt comfortable, so we felt comfortable.
Phil, you need to come out here another time.
There's
This
no
is gonna be
FCC.
good.
Yes.
We'll talk more about fitness and
Absolutely.
Marilyn Bunger. Maybe we should get Marilyn on the
Now,
show.
I got to get Phil performing again because you do dabble.
I dabble.
And we
a
got to
bit.
get you out there.
it's been a while.
We're going to do some comedy. We're going to get a little thing
We'd
going
love to see
together.
you.
I'm actually working on a project I'm going to let you know about.
I have a dark, storied past. That's all I'm saying.
We all do.
We all do.
I have parents, They don't talk to me, but I'm trying to understand what I did because I was on the abused side. I didn't abuse my parents.
This is terrible.
Clowns in the. Do you realize that my mother made me use a vibrator on her head?
Wow. That's
I didn't know this. I didn't know. I was a child.
that's
These,
terrible.
these things start happening like later in your life. You start realizing that woman made me use a vibrator on her head.
Now, did this
She's a wonderful woman.
She had a headache.
how did this affect your relationships afterwards?
I have pictures
with
of
women?
clowns in my room. Like the clown.
Clowns to the left of me.
You know the clown from
Jokers
It?
to the right.
You know that clown from It?
Oh,
Like,
sure.
He wasn't a friendly looking
Penny-
clown like that.
Penny
clown.
Whistle, whatever his
I mean,
name is.
these were like
These were real.
clowns, like big, not like small pictures of clowns, like big, like friggin' 65-inch pictures of clowns.
Whoa.
And they want to know why I have problems.
That is a problem. I'm going to give you this because you're going to play us out.
If I can, I mean,
See what you got like there while I
You guys
thank
ever
Phil.
see half-naked pictures of your parents?
I tried not to. That's something I
just
definitely
asking.
try to
God,
avoid.
no.
Actually, my mom's listening
I'm
right
just
now.
curious.
So she's probably devastated right now. Can you?
I'm not exactly sure how we seamlessly transition to vibrators.
Oh, this show goes
and-
all over the place. That's what it is. We're anything and everything.
Ah,
I'll tell you, Marilyn Bunger is quite the inspiration.
She's
I
actually
gotta
going to be.
tell you.
I'm actually inviting her out. If you're listening, Marilyn, I want you to come on our next show.
exactly.
But
exactly.
Phil, once again,
Lower that, Steve.
This was good stuff.
There.
I
We
wanna-
had a great time.
I thank you so much
you're
that we
welcome.
finally got to do this.
Thank you.
Anytime you want, feel free to come
Oh,
back and
listen,
hook up with us.
I
and
am an instrument of your desire.
Well, that's what they usually say on Tinder. That's my Tinder line.
As I tell most of my women, I serve at your
And
pleasure.
it's effective.
Thank you.
I'm sure.
And
But mostly from mine. Mostly.
once again, if you want to see Phil performing live at Intelligent Fitness, give us the location again, Phil.
That's in East Northport, 3012 Jericho Turnpike, 631-858-2900, intelligentfitness.net.
And once again, to all of you, thank you for listening to The Steve Squared Show. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at The Steve Squared Show or on Twitter at Steve Square, no D Show. We didn't have room for the D. Or on Instagram at Steve Squared Show. Thank you all. Have a wonderful New Year's, and we'll see you on our next show.
Later.
Later, Steve-O. Great
Peace.
job. Thanks, Phil.